Have you ever struggled with having the right inputs to get good output for your AI images on your Amazon listings? Today's episode is going to be perfect to help you really level up your Amazon image game. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AMPM podcast. My name is Bradley Sutton, and I'll be your host. And this is the show where we discuss all things Amazon, TikTok Shop, and Walmart private label, and how to generate recurring revenue streams 24 hours a day during the AM and the PM, hence the name of the show. Get it? AM, PM podcast. And as a matter of fact, this week I'm in Miami, Florida at our company offsite with over 300 other Helium 10 and PickFu employees. And even though I'm not running my Amazon business from here, they're still making money. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. So today is our monthly AIM session, AIM. In other words, AI monthly, where we have an expert talk about something to do with AI. And we've had a little bit about how to generate images using AI the last few months. But today's going to be a little bit different because maybe you've taken those workshops and you've been like, oh man, I have the best input possible, very technical, and you know the resolution and everything looks good, but I still feel like something is missing. Well, it's probably today's lesson because we're going to talk about it's not just about having all the right technical terms that you're inputting into or prompting into like ChatGPT or Nano Banana or these other programs. It's also about doing the proper research beforehand to get other kind of like context that you can give to the ChatGPT from reviews, from things like Rufus, from the bullet points, from the A+ content, from a lot of different aspects on your listings and your competitor listings and how to build them all together into one prompt. And then another thing that might be missing is your after action. Just because you create the image and you like it, does that mean you should just automatically go for it? No, you should be doing polling in order to really see, does your target market really kind of like vibe with the images that you have come up with. So these are just some of the many topics we're going to go into today. Let's go ahead and get into this workshop. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on. Like a lot of you today, she also is right now calling from the Philippines. So Hannah, welcome to the show. How's it going, Hannah?
Hello, Bradley. Hello, everyone.
All right. Now, before we get started here, there is a very unique fact about you that I have never heard anybody before. No fans of Helium 10, no Helium 10 employees have ever said, no ex-employees, no founders of Helium 10. But what unique tie-in do you have to Helium 10? You loved Helium 10 so much a few years ago. Tell us all what you did.
Yeah. So for everyone who is curious, I have a son. He's 3 years old now, and I named him Helium. so, so I started exploring Amazon 2020. That was COVID time. I was a teacher back then, and I had to, find find ways to find income. And so I found Amazon. I started as a VA back in 2020, and that's when I learned about Amazon and then Helium 10. I was so amazed with the tool. I was so amazed. Like when I was starting out, I discovered how to use Cerebro, the X-ray, and all those stuff. And so, and then I got pregnant in 2022, and I thought, you know what, my name starts at letter H, and I want my son to have a name that starts with letter H. So I thought, okay, I think Helium is very unique. It sounds very cool. So let's name him Helium. So that's the
All right.
story.
Hey, for anybody else out there, I don't know, we got to think of some kind of sponsorship. Anybody else who does that, like maybe you'll get like 30% off of Helium 10 for life or something, or maybe even more. That deserves almost more of a discount. But that is absolutely one of the best stories. I've heard of people getting like actual Helium 10 tattoos, but naming your own child after a company, that takes it to another level. All right. So what's been your experience lately in this field that you're going to be talking about? Like, why should we listen to you aside from the fact that you have a son with the coolest name in the world?
I have an agency. It's called Mad Cat Creatives. We have worked with like more than 300 brands. it's like our daily job. So we analyze listings and create images every single day. So that's where we get the experience, and we were able to refine our frameworks and processes internally to help Amazon sellers improve their images that, bring them better results in their business.
Awesome.
Okay, so the topic for today is how to create Amazon images that stand out and sell, even without creative skills or design experience. Now, this presentation that I have for you, this is for Amazon sellers who feel stuck guessing whether their images are helping or hurting conversions, struggle to explain what they want to their designers or VAs. They have updated images before but didn't see a clear lift in results. And for sellers who know their images matter but don't know what to fix first. So if if any of these bullet points resonate with you, I hope you find value in this presentation. All right, just a quick question. Why do image decisions still feel uncertain even though you are investing in designers, you're investing with agencies? I know it may cost you thousands of dollars, and you already have a lot of AI tools, but there's a feeling that, it's still uncertain if this is going to work. And in my opinion, or based on my experience, most Amazon images look good. It's just that they just don't convert. And it's not your designer, because designers need clear context and clear instructions from the seller. And it's not AI, because we have the most advanced AI so far. So I think it's not a design and AI problem, but you have a strategy problem. So later, once you learn this strategy, you will have confidence in giving instructions or brief to your designers, agencies, or AI. You can confidently approve or reject designs, and you feel in control of your image decisions instead of being overwhelmed by them. And over time, you can apply this not just for one product, but across any ASINs that you have. And especially if you launch products regularly, your listings become easier to optimize because decisions are more intentional, and you waste less time and money on random image changes. Now, here's the problem that I want us to solve today. Designers and AI can only execute. They can't decide for you. And if you don't have clarity on what matters, what comes first, what success look like, you'll always feel unsure about your images. Now, before I start with the step-by-step process, I think it makes sense to start with the thinking, how I think about image decisions. So to make confident image decisions, I don't start with the design. Okay. It may sound counterintuitive because we're talking about design, but it's not the starting point. We start with how shoppers decide, because every image plays a different role. So let me talk about the role or the job of every image. Okay. So the first role is the attention, by getting the clicks from the search result, understanding or helping them decide, the shoppers decide, and removing the hesitation through your images so that they have confidence when they buy your product. Okay, so for attention, this is how this is what it looks like in the search result using your mobile phone. As you know, guys, 60 to 70% of shoppers, Amazon shoppers, are using their mobile phones. So the first role that we want to do for the main image is to get attention. Okay, so if we're working on this main image, it may look good in the web search results, but if you're gonna check your mobile phones, it may look different, because it depends on the size of your image. So later we can discuss that in detail. And then second is understanding. So once the shopper clicks on your main image from the search result, what they're gonna do is to check the first few images, probably the second and the third image in your listing. And that gives them an understanding of what the product is about. So this is very important. That's why the sequence of your images should be strategic, because maybe not all shoppers will check the rest of your images. You can upload up to 8 secondary images in your listing, but maybe not all of them will not check all of them. So just make sure that the second and the third image are strategic enough to give them an understanding of your product. Next is confidence. When I say confidence, I'm referring to the rest of the images, because sometimes if the second and third image is not enough for them to understand the benefit of this product, how this product will solve their problems, they have to scroll, or they have to swipe for more, or scroll down to check the other images. Like they're gonna check the A plus content. How about the brand story, right? That's the priority here. We start with the main image and then the first few images. Then the rest is for removing hesitation or answering objections if they are not sold yet in the first few images. All right. How are we gonna turn this into a process? Now I'm gonna use the SORT framework. So SORT, S stands for spot the priority, O, observe and gather context, R for reason through data, and then test before committing. So let me talk about each of them. Spot the priority. So the question that you can ask yourself, is this a click problem? So what I mean is my main image catchy enough to get clicks? So you can check your PPC data if you're getting good click-through rates, or you're getting a lot of clicks. But maybe if that's the problem, then maybe the priority is the main image. But if you see that people are clicking on your listing but they don't buy, then maybe that's a conversion problem. And then we will prioritize the rest of the images. All right. Now, O is for observe and gather context. Now, this time you want to gather a lot of things first before we create the design. So this part of the process, you can delegate it to your team, to your VA, or to any member, so that all of the context are readily available before the designer starts. So things to gather. First is the Amazon search results page in mobile view. By the way, before I show you how we gather Amazon search results, this is what I do. This might not be the best, but this is what I do. So first, I use a mobile simulator Chrome extension. So this way, by the way, this is a free Chrome extension. You can just add it to your web browser. And this is how it looks like if you're using this Chrome extension. Okay. So now, once we have this mobile view, what I do is I use Go Full Page. Go Full Page is another Chrome extension. This is also free. No need to pay for anything. Just download this to your Chrome extension. So I want to show you examples of the Amazon search results that we gathered. So once you use that, you will get this either PNG or PDF. So by the way, we gather search results in the US, primarily if the product is in the US, but we also gather from DE or Germany, because we notice that there's a lot of main image ideas that are really, really great in the Germany marketplace. So if you're gonna open it, it looks very long, but if you zoom in, yeah, you will see it's going to be very, very clear. And this is a way for you to check how the images look like in mobile view. Okay, so your team member can prepare this. Going back, another thing to gather is the Amazon product page, your product and your competitors' product pages. So same thing, you can use Go Full Page to get screenshots of your product page. So this is how it looks like. You just have to zoom in. Yeah. So there you go. So why are we gathering all these? Because later you can feed it to AI so that it will understand your product and your competitor products. Okay. So another thing that we can download or we can gather are the images for your product and your competitors. So you can download the PNG files and save it in your Google Drive. And then the customer reviews from your product and top competitors. So how to gather that? You can, before we are able to use Helium 10 Chrome extension, I think it's not available anymore here in the Chrome extension. But what you can do is you can just get screenshots. Okay, you can get screenshots of your top competitors here in the listing. So take as many screenshots as possible because this is very important because this is our way on how to understand the buyer language. Okay. Next is the Rufus question. So Rufus is the AI within Amazon. If you're not familiar, you just have to click on the upper left side. When you click on Rufus, it will show you different questions or frequently asked questions about the product because Rufus understands the listing and it gathers all the information from your images, from your title bullet points, from the back-end keywords, and also from customer reviews. So that's where where the AI get the frequently asked questions. I suggest that you click on any of these because it will give you more questions as you ask. As you ask questions, it will give you more other questions. So just get screenshots of these Rufus question and then compile it in your Google Drive. And then lastly, if you have brand information, say you have a brand guide, well, not all Amazon sellers have brand guide, and that's fine. But if you have, you can gather all the brand guides. If you have a website homepage, you can get a screenshot. You can use the full page Chrome extension I showed earlier. If you have About Us page, you can also gather that because these information will be helpful when you start creating A+ content and brand story. Also storefront, Amazon storefront if you have one. All right. So next is reason through data. So the first step here is to process all the collected data because we have gathered a lot, right? Just a recap, we have gathered the customer reviews, we have gathered the Amazon search results from the US, Germany. You can also gather from UK if you want to. We also gathered Rufus questions. We have gathered product page screenshots and all the brand information that you have. So process all the collected data using ChatGPT. So I can share with you the link to this GPT that I trained. And from here, we can identify the top unique selling propositions and the customer avatar. So this is very important because sometimes we use AI by just giving instruction, but the AI doesn't have quality input. AI will only give you quality output based on what you feed it. So those information we gathered in the previous step will train the AI to understand your product and your market. Okay, I will show you the demo for this specific product. I'm showing you, by the way, this product from Bradley. This is his product, Coffin shelf. So when you start, I have a button that says let's begin, right? You just have to click that button and it will just literally tell you what to do. So if you are a first time seller, I understand the struggle. So don't worry, I already programmed this GPT to tell you what exactly to do. So it will tell you the first step. It will tell you to answer these questions, like what's the name of your brand? What's the product name? What's the main keyword for this product? If you're unsure what the main keyword is, just use Helium 10. And then it will ask you what are the parts of the listing that you want to optimize. Are you going to optimize for the main image only, secondary images, premium A+, etc.? So here's an example. I gave all this information and then it asked me to prepare for all these information, the customer reviews, the website pages, the listings, etc. So don't worry, you don't need to memorize everything I shared in this presentation because this chat GPT will tell you what to do. Okay. So it will tell you what to type. And honestly, So just copy and paste, and then it will ask you to upload everything. So you will upload, this is your product page, then proceed to step 1A, etc. Okay, so here are the listings we gathered earlier. And then customer reviews. So I gathered customer review screenshots, and then it analyzes the reviews, what customers like, what customers don't like, image ideas to address the concerns of the customers based on the negative reviews. And then I added more customer reviews from the competitors. It analyzed again competitor 1, competitor 2, and 3, and then it combined all the reviews, right? It combined all the reviews, and then we added screenshots for Rufus. So these are from Rufus. Like what I said earlier, just ask questions. It will tell you more questions. So the more you ask questions, the more it will give you more questions that people might be asking. All right. So this is very, very helpful. So from there, it will give you a summary of the top frequently asked questions. And then it will tell you the unique selling propositions of your product based on everything that you feed it. So this is based on your product only. And then it will refine it based on competitor context. All right. So here is the final unique selling propositions. So this is like very important for you. It will give you details on which is the must feature USP based on, how many people have mentioned this feature, how many people are complaining about this problem and you want to solve that through your image. So this is very important. You just have to go to step 5. And after step 5, it will tell you the customer profile and avatar. This is important for your designer if you want to delegate it to your designer, because they have a customer avatar in mind. Who are they speaking to when they create the image, right? So that's that. Let's go back to the presentation. So this is how we process the data. This is like the backbone of the whole strategy. We give all the information possible to make this strategy. All right. Next is now we create the strategy. All right. So let's start with the main image. For main images, here are some guide questions that you should ask yourself when you start strategizing for the main image. Is my main image mobile optimized? What are the patterns and strategies from the mobile search results that I can use? What elements can I use to stand out, like popping colors, packaging, main keyword, accessories? And by the way, I have a detailed checklist. I'm only showing you 3 bullet points, but I have like more than 20 um, bullet points in the checklist that I will share with you later on. So let's have a real life example. So this is our project. It's a coffin shelf, and this is how it looks like on a mobile phone. You see that the main image looks very, very small, but compared to this competitor, it looks so big. So, and here's another competitor that looks very big. In the web view, I thought this is really good because we show a lot of value. Like it comes with a gift box. It has accessories, right? But and the pricing is also, you know, very big difference. So I thought this is really good in mobile result. So what I did the before starting the design, I thought, okay, I told my team, let's have a poll first. Let's have a poll about what people think about the image. So here in this screen, you will see a PickFu poll. We use PickFu. It's a survey platform. You can get results in a matter of minutes or an hour. So we created a mock-up of of the search result for mobile, because mobile optimizes the size, right, based on the device you used. So I just made sure that the title and everything else is the same, because I just want to test the main image. So obviously this one won. It has the, oh no, this one and this one, they tied. So the reason why people love this is because it's very big. It's very big and they see a lot of colorful stuff inside this shelf. And for this one, people love this because they see more information about the product, like how it can be opened using the door, because this shelf has a door. All right. So I realize that one of the biggest reason is the size. So this is our product for this project. It's about aspect ratio is about 1:1. So this is square. This one is 1:2 aspect ratio. So it's vertical image or portrait image. This one is also 1:1. So this is square and another square image. All right. So I told my team, okay, let's test. I have a hunch that this is about the size. So I tested two sizes. One is aspect ratio 1:2 rather. So it's a portrait image, and another is 4:5. This is also a tall image, but not as tall as this one. So this 4:5 aspect ratio won. And the reason why it won is because people see all the how do you call this, the accessories clearly. It doesn't look cluttered at all. But you see, I'm just having 15 respondents here. By the way, you can get many respondents as you want to have richer data, but just for this example I just used 15 respondents. So you see, even though this one won, it only has 8 votes versus 7 votes, so it's not very significant, right? So when I read the comments here, people also love this because it looks very big in the preview. People here just don't like the way the box is organized here because there's overlapping and they feel that it looks cluttered. So what I did, okay, you know what, guys? I told my team, you know what, guys? Let's try to create this taller image and no overlapping of elements, so it doesn't look cluttered at all. So that's what we did. So we tested that. So we have a very good results. In the initial poll, we have 4 votes. So we got 8 votes this time. So that's that. Other than the size, we also optimize some elements. Okay, I forgot to mention that. We also optimize other elements, like before we have, here we have accessories over here, but I think we can make it more eye catchy by showing, crazy color like neon green, right? So that's what we did here. Neon green color, more orange color. We have purple over here. And then let me show you the original box. This is the original gift box. What I did is I reorganized the red label, I read the ribbon and added the main keyword coffin shelf gift box, because Amazon can now read images. It can read keywords within images, so that can help when it comes to SEO. So that's that. That's something that you can also do with your main images. Test it using PickFu. You will get results in a matter of minutes. Okay, so this is the before and this is the after. Okay. Now, in case you don't have a designer and want to create the image yourself, I just want to give you a quick demo because this is something that you can do using Canva. So I prepared here a Canva. So this is the original image. I just copied from this listing. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I will just, crop. By the way, this canvas, this is, let me show you the size. It's 1,500 width and the height is 3,000 pixels. So this is 1:2 aspect ratio, similar to what we did earlier. So what I'm going to do, I will just cut some parts so we have all the elements. Yeah. So this is something that even you're not a designer, you can do this yourself You can see Canva is very easy to use, like that. So we have now different elements. I will just remove background as well so that um, it's cleaner. But right now it's actually not very necessary because the background is white already. So that's that. And then for the box, since I want to use a different box, what I'm gonna do is I will use an AI to generate it. So I already created that before this webinar. Let me show. Is it the one? So I created this. I asked Chat. By the way, this is my strategy. I use ChatGPT to help me create prompts. So I use the dictate feature here because I don't want to type, and it's very time consuming for me. So I just dictate and tell the AI what I want, and it will give me prompts, like detailed prompts for AI, because what I use is Gemini. So Gemini is from Google. Okay. So if you have a um, what do you call that, Google Suite for businesses, you already have access to Google Gemini. Just go to gemini.google.com and you will have the pro account, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I just pasted the screenshot of this product and added the prompt created using ChatGPT, and then it gave me this image. So actually, I think this is really good already. So what I'm gonna do, I will just copy that and paste it here. Yeah, actually, you know what? I will just paste it here, and then I will remove the image. So I'm not gonna use this anymore. Okay, not gonna use that. Okay, okay, okay. So that's that. And then we can use these elements here. Make it as big as possible because we want to maximize the white space. Uh, um, the bigger your product in the image, it gives a perception that they are getting more from your product, even if they are just seeing an image. It's not the actual image. So make it as big as possible, as much as possible. You can consume all the spaces until the edge. That's totally fine. And then now we're missing the box, right? So the box that we have from the original main image is an open box. So what I did, I already prepared. I went to ChatGPT and asked the same process. I asked GPT to create a prompt for me. Let me just find where I got here. So this is the box. So I'm just gonna copy that. Go to here. Okay. Okay. I will click on position so I can move the layers. So I want it to be at the back. All right. Now you have the main image. Let me see. Let me just try to flip it and see how it looks like. Okay, because if I flip it, I still have white space in here to maximize this box. Okay, I think this is great. Now what I'm gonna do is I will erase this text. I will edit and okay, let's use magic eraser to erase this part. So this is AI. So just erase that, wait for a few seconds, and it will automatically be erased. Now, I also didn't like the text earlier because it looks gray. By the way, I can zoom in a bit more to make it like that. Just a moment. What if I try to make it bigger? Okay, great. So now I'm gonna add text. Here, I will make it bold and all caps. So the main keyword is coffin shelf gift box. You can do something like that. The bigger text much better because it's going to be smaller in the search results. So I guess that's it. We already have a main image in like 10 minutes using Canva, ChatGPT, and Gemini. So I personally like Gemini. Just a few tips. I like Gemini when it comes to image generation. And just a quick tip, I suggest that if you think Gemini doesn't understand your prompt after a long how do you call this thread, I suggest that you create new chat again because sometimes it will not understand you. Actually, we can also use this. This is an angled. You know what? Let's try that angled image. Just remove background. I like this one because this one is angled. It shows the depth of the box. Let me just flip it. Flip. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. I will change this. Well, you can test if you want. You can test showing the box frontal angle or angled because people might like this one to see the depth of the product of this thing. Then let's just edit again. This is just a few seconds of erasing the text. It's not very readable anyway, so let's remove it. Then we can, yeah, just just like that. I think we already have a main image similar to what we have here. Where's the main image? So here. All right. So that's that. I hope this is something that you can apply to your main image later. If you have time later today, go ahead and start testing your main image. I will just scan the rest. So the rest are for secondary images. This is where we can use a lot of what we use in ChatGPT, right? Because this is like the backbone of your strategy. And also the GPT, it will give you a clear step by step on what to do in your image. Obviously, you can always brainstorm with GPT because at the end of the day, you are the seller, you are the marketer, you understand the product. So you can brainstorm, you can use the tool not to decide for you, but to help you decide. All right. So after that, you can get this information in GPT, and this is what you can share with your designers or with your agency later on. Just yeah. By the way, in GPT, I already trained the GPT to give you AI image prompt. So if you can just copy and paste it in Gemini. So this is an example, right? And then you can use the Canva template for brief that I will share also with you. So this is something that you can share to your designer because if you just give them the text, sometimes designers are very visual. They have to have like, what's your vision? How does it look like? So you can have a designer reference image using Gemini. And yeah, so here is an example of what we did for the coffin shelf. So this is the before, this is the after, using the process earlier with ChatGPT. And then last poll that I did here is that sometimes we don't know what is the right sequence. Remember in the previous slide, I told you guys that the first few images are very important because some people might not see all of the images. So I just ran another poll to see what is the most important image for them, and then based on the ranking, that's what I recommend to do with PT01, PT02, and so on. Yeah, so I guess that's it. That's the SWORD framework. We have spot the priority, observe and gather context, reason through data, and test before committing to your images. So, yeah, as promised, here are the three gifts that I have for you. You can scan this QR code so you can already download or make a copy of the template, the checklist, and the GPT that I trained for this. So there, I hope you find value in this presentation and go ahead, start using these tools to improve your listing images.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Real quick, guys, just we've been talking, about Hannah's love for Helium 10. So if anybody's interested in a special that we have for Helium 10, you can save 20% off the Diamond plan for up to 6 months. There's no, it's month to month. There's no contract or anything that you're stuck for 6 months. You can try it out and then go back. Just use the code SSP20. Anybody who signs up for this code, you can get a one-on-one call with me. All right. So that's like a special. You just ask customer service, say, hey, I signed up with SSP20, or who knows, maybe I'll see if Hannah can come on the call too, for some of you guys, so she can answer some questions. But take down this code if you're on the Platinum plan or you don't even have a Helium 10 plan, you want to join. Alexandra says, I've always used 2000 by 2000 pixels for all images. You're saying sometimes it's better to change the image size based on type of product. So can you elaborate when it's good to use different sizes, Hannah?
Yes, I also used the same size for a long time, but then under knowing that 60 to 70% of customers are using mobile phones when browsing on Amazon, we want to ensure that that your main image is optimized for mobile. So as you can see in my process earlier, I gathered the top competitors, and when I download their images, I check what sizes are they using, or at least the aspect ratio of their images. What are the aspect ratio of their images? And if you want to compete um with these sellers, we need to test. You can use, polling websites like Helium 10 or PickFu to see what people think about the image size when seen on mobile. So feel free to test, because it is allowed on Amazon to have different sizes. But there's a minimum requirement of, I think, 1,000 pixels on the longest side at least. So just test it out, guys.
Outside of that QR code, if just people want to see your website or find you on the interwebs out there, Hannah, what's the best way to find you out there?
Yes, feel free to just find me on LinkedIn, Hannah Tampiok. That's my name on LinkedIn. You can send me a DM if you have any question.
And send any toddler gifts for her son, who's named Helium. I'm going to send definitely some Helium swag. Still the best story. Anybody else, you name your kid Helium or something like that, hit me up. I'll hook you guys up with something special from the company. Well, Hannah, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for coming on here and
Thank
giving this
you.
great information. And thank you for redoing our Project X coffin shelf images. We'll see everybody else in the next episode. Bye-bye now.